Mzwide. I'm the co-founder of the Artivist. It's gonna be interesting. The year full of independent theatre, guys.
Let's go.
Sanibonani once again. Kamala Mpilang is Malo, aka King Mzwide. I'm the co-founder of the Art Cave and also the artistic director of the Art Cave.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Debo Malabane. I'm a co-founder of the Art Cave and a co-curator of the Yes Let's Experimental Festival, as well as the co-curator of the Kippies Fringe at the Market Theatre. All right. Okay, so you might be asking yourself, all right, what's happening, right? How did we even get here and all of that? So it all began with a dream of acting, right? And we came at the Market Theatre to come and study at the Market Theatre Laboratory, which was 2019, 2020. 2020 in the midst of COVID. My brother and I here, who was a classmate at that time, today he's basically a business partner, right? We got to realize that, okay, we are in the midst of COVID and chances of us getting jobs after, graduations are kind of slim because theaters were closed at that time, right? And then that's when we started collaborating on doing work together, and when the theater opened in 2022, that's when we were like, okay, we need to present something, and we called that the new era of theater, right? And I'd like him to unpack that.
2022, the theater opens, we call it the new era of theater. So the imagination for us was really, obviously, people know theater before COVID. So after COVID, there's a new theater. There's a different way of making theater. And then we were like, it will be interesting to actually experiment and just invite people to come and experiment with theater. And then we approached the head of the lab at that time, Clara Vaughan. We came with an idea. Shout out to Clara Vaughan. We came with an idea. And then we were like, okay, Sharp, we want to do a festival. But the interesting thing about the festival, which is Yes Let Experimental Festival, is that we're not looking for imsebenzi that is fully fledged. We're just looking for ideas because we realize that kunzima to go into like bigger spaces or these big institutions like Amathias Amakhulu to submit an idea. So they're always looking for a fully fledged production. So therefore we wanted to be a bridging gap between the emerging theatre maker and these institutions. So here's by Yes Let Experimental Festival, we're inviting young emerging theatre makers with only ideas to come with their 20-minute pieces, and then they present their 20-minute pieces into the festival in front of the audience. They get feedback, they get critics, and then some of these works we then develop them into a fully fledged production and then stage them and then give them a season at the Market Theatre Lab, Theatre. So this is 2026 is our 5th year for the Yes Let Experimental Festival, and it's also exciting that we're going to have it September, on the 19th of September, we have the Yes Let Experimental Festival 2026. So we've already done more than 4 productions. Some of the productions have been nominated for Naledi. One of the productions went to a National Art Festival, won Standard Bank Ovation Award. So that's basically what Yes Let Experimental Festival is all about. So. It's mostly about young emerging theatre makers. When you graduate from varsity, you still want to get into the industry, but sometimes it's tough. So this is a space for you to be able to come and experiment with the idea that you had. So that when you fit for the industry finds you are ready. You already have a product, and that's basically been an idea.
And our mission has always been, we have to have a new show by young emerging creators each and every year. And best believe, as we say that we are celebrating 5 years this year, we've made sure that each and every year there's a new product by a young emerging artist, right? So as we are saying, we are marching and gearing up for the Yes Let's 2026, right? We already have 5 new shows that we'll be staging this year by young emerging creators. You understand? So that has been our mission, and I can simply say we've been winning on that, and we're still working towards making more and making sure that each and every show has a life beyond the Yes Let's Experimental Festival. It goes to festivals, it's able to tour the world independently. So as you saw us in the office there saying we are preparing for this year's program at the Kippies. The Kippies Fringe is a whole product of the Yes Let's Experimental Festival. I'm saying that because if it wasn't because of the Yes Let's Experimental Festival, we wouldn't have had the opportunity to curate, to manage the Fringe at the Market Theatre.
Yes.
Right. So I believe that the Market Theatre got to realize that they had a problem to be solved, and we were the right people to solve that problem and open the Fringe stage, curating it from 2025 and having another opportunity, you know, to curate it in 2026.
And shout out to the AD of the market. Actually,
Yes, the artistic director, Greg Holman, who has been in the space when we've been running the Yes Let's Experimental Festival, and came through to one of the festivals and could see that we have something, that deserves the attention. And with the show that was taken from the Yes Let's Experimental Festival 2024 and was staged at the Market Theatre Lab in 2026, beginning of the year, and that's when he was like, hey, you know what, I'd like to meet you guys, let's see what we can put together. And that's how the Fringe, just run the show came about. And because of the results of 2025, it was like, okay, we did amazing in 2025, right? And he was like, because you did amazing in 2025, let's see ukuthi kahle kahle vele riding le ani chance niyayazi into eniyenzayo, and then he gave us an opportunity again for 2026. And
yeah, I mean, I already said almost everything, but it's been there. I think the Kippies Fringe came because of the consistency of making sure that independent theatre and young emerging theatre makers are getting opportunities, but mostly the consistency to keep on doing something without funding. We've been doing Yes Let's Experimental Festival without funding. We haven't got any funding from any institution. So the only funding that we have as the company is the stipend that we get to create the program with Kippies. That's literally the only funding that we have.
And by saying that doesn't mean that we can do it without funding.
Yes, definitely.
We like to believe that we had to operate like a factory where we produce the work so that we can have a product to go and sell, right? And basically right now what we've been sharing is a product that we have. It's a product that works. If we were able to do it for the past 5 years without funding, that simply means with funding it would be more unsustainable, right? So we are inviting anyone that believes that, this deserves to be funded, which we believe everybody believes so. So we'd like to invite you to, come through, come and see. Let's have a conversation so that we can see how we can work together.
Yeah.
Sponsorships, government funding, anywhere, wherever that, we can get something. And grow this whole product and this whole festival. Let's connect, let's engage and make it happen.
I think one last thing that we need to talk about, which is part of what you are doing, which is the Yes Let's Experimental Festival and the Art Cave as an organization, and then the Club 1000, which is an initiative that we have started last year. And I think you can go deeper into, you can just explain what Club 1000 is all about.
Alright, so Club 1000 begins as a fundraising initiative for the Yes Let's Experimental Festival. As much as we are working, we're getting all those stipends that we are working, it helps us to survive individually, as well as because we've learned to reinvest into the arts, reinvest into the work that we are doing. We also thought of creating initiatives that will help us, make sure that the work that we have on our timelines is fulfilled, right? So we came up with the Club 1000, where we initially started. When we started, actually, it didn't really start last year. We only gave it a name last year, right? Initially, we were selling muffins, right, towards the festival. And with the little that we were able to make from profits selling, the muffins back in 2023, we would make sure that the festival day is exceptional, it happens successfully. Everything that we need for the festival, we are able to get, right? Last year we came back, we re-strategized on how we can fundraise, and we started selling 1,000 trays of fresh farm eggs, right? With that, the profits that we were getting from that is what we were injecting into the Yes Let's. Yeah, last year's Yes Let's 2025 was exceptional. Was super exceptional. Even shout out to all the audiences that came, because we even had a sold out festival, right? And it is only possible because we were able to get money from the fundraising to make sure that the day is successful. And we had 5 shows that are still in progress developing. The first one is already staged in March 2026. We have another one that is lined up for end of May. We have others that are lined up for August, and the Yes Let's coming up again in September. So with this fundraising initiative, the Club 1000, we simply creating a hub where we know for sure that whatever funding that we need to inject into the arts that we are doing is going into that. So we're still in our strategizing, in our development process for the Club 1000. Once the full information on how we are doing it and once we need your assistance, we will definitely start reaching out. But for now, it is important that each and everyone is following the Art Cave, is following the Yes Let's Experimental Festival pages, so that every time we unfold and have information for you, you are the first to know.
Yeah, because one last thing, Club 1000 is not just only for the Art Cave for now. For now, it's just for the Yes Let's, but we also want to fund independent theatre makers. So this is an initiative hub. This is a funding hub that we are creating. So every artist who's independent needs to be part of Club 1000. Yes. So you really need to be part of Club 1000 because we are not getting funding. So we need to create our own funding. Like we did, we are not getting spaces to stage our work. We created our own spaces. So now we want to create funding to that. And obviously a big shout out to Artivist Film, Artivist TV for always making sure that they pushing the theatre, they pushing arts, they pushing independent storytelling. So please make sure that you also check out Artivist TV on social media. Also subscribe to their YouTube channel, and also please make sure that you watch each and every theatre show that is done by independent artists all over the country. Doesn't matter where it is. There's Czech theatres happening all over the country. Check them out. There's Kippies Fringe, there's Masambi, there's definitely different fringe spaces or independent spaces. We've got theatre or Czech theatre, all those young spaces, independent spaces. If you know that there's a show happening in all those independent spaces, go and check it out. If you can't check it out, buy a ticket to support. But let's support independent theatre. Yes.
Yeah, and I love the initiative by Artivist. You know, I like to believe that this is where conversations begin. Right? If Artivist is at every theatre, every live event, that simply means he's bringing connections or bringing conversations closer to you. So it is important to follow Artivist. You don't have to be in Cape Town to watch a show, but you can connect to Artivist to be part of the conversations happening in Cape Town. So let's make sure that you've subscribed, you are liking, you are commenting, you are part of the conversation, you are part of the community. And
buy merchandise, buy everything that's got to do with independent theatre, guys. Buy if there's merchandise, buy them. There's whatever drinks, anything, as long as it's supporting with the theatre.
Yeah, baba.
Everything, guys. That's independent. Let's help the independent theatre to keep on going on. Yes, let's.